Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. The Bills beat the Jaguars last night, 47-10, and the Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33. Commanders were like number one in the division. Next to the Eagles, right? Jesus. All right.
I don't pay attention to stuff like that.
I figured you wouldn't. Morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Good morning.
The U.S. is sending additional forces to the Middle East. President Biden, he addressed the rising tensions in the region. Let's hear comments from Biden.
I've been briefed on the latest developments in Israel and Lebanon. My team is in constant contact with their counterparts, and we're working to de-escalate in a way that allows people to return to their homes safely.
So yesterday, the Pentagon said the move to send a small number of troops to the region is out of an abundance of caution. Then the decision comes as tensions continue to escalate between Israel and the Iran-backed militia Hezbollah. Lebanese officials said Israeli strikes on Monday killed nearly 500 people, including children. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, "I promised that we would change the balance of power in the north, and that is exactly what we are doing." Now, the airstrikes followed last week's attacks that targeted Hezbollah's communication devices, those pagers that went off, killing almost 36 people and injuring thousands of others. Of course, both sides claim they don't want tensions to escalate, but this is what is happening. So I'm going to report it. Keeping you abreast about what's going on in your city, New York City. Leaders from around the world are in New York City for the UN General Assembly this week. And
we know.
Yeah.
I got out before the traffic yesterday.
Oh, traffic was crazy yesterday.
I didn't feel it at all.
You didn't see it at all?
Nope.
I didn't either.
Good for y'all, because that is exactly what I was getting ready to say. Security is tight and traffic is creating a headache in Midtown, especially the east side. President Biden is expected to address the UN today and give and this is giving the president the outgoing opportunity to a chance to outline his foreign policy. Experts expect the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East to be a dominant sideline, or expected to dominate sideline discussions. Girl, I'm getting it this morning. Okay, anyways, but Vice President Harris, she will not be attending the UN gathering, but will be meeting with world leaders this week, including Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. So, of course, Patrick Freeney, he's with the Secret Service. He says they are on high alert. Let's hear from Freeney.
There's been a global uptick in political violence, and that's what we're aware of, and that's what we bring forward to when we're planning out these visits and how to address that.
Yeah, so authorities say they are ready for protests, but they will not tolerate any property damage. There are no known specific credible threats tied to the UN General Assembly. So, again, just stay vigilant. If you are in New York, you're going to be dealing with some traffic, and maybe just plan ahead if you can.
And pray for all those people at the UN who got to sit through a President Biden speech. Lord have mercy. Jesus. I'm sure if they had a vote, they would choose not to hear him speak. I mean, God dang.
Someone else to do it.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, well, speaking of sending somebody else to do it, New York City's health commissioner, Ashwin Vasan, he is resigning after nearly 2.5 years. Dr. Vasan, who is stepping down at the end of the year, says he's well aware of other high-profile City Hall departures, but says that his decision is purely personal. Let's hear from him as he speaks on his decision.
My focus has been on improving health with integrity, with good values, with ambition, and with follow-through. And that's my focus today. It's my focus yesterday. It's going to be my focus from now until the end of the year. I have 3 small kids, all under the age of 11, and they need their dad. And so, this is my time to say I'm prioritizing you.
Yeah, I definitely respect that. Yeah, so in a statement, Mayor Adams referred to Dr. Vasan as indispensable and added that he appreciates the doctor's decision to at least stay on by till the end of the year while they find a successor. So we'll keep you posted on that. And in the next hour, we will, of course, get into more political news. We'll talk Trump. He was in Pennsylvania. We'll talk about what's going on with VP Harris as well.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. We'll see you next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Get your ass up. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get back in some front page news. Real quick, sports last night. The Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33, and the Bills beat the Jaguars 47-10. Now, what we starting with, Morgan?
We're starting with former President Trump. Well, he's making his pitch to farmers. He did that while campaigning in Smithton, Pennsylvania on Monday. Trump said the Biden-Harris administration is not enforcing a deal he previously struck with China. Let's hear Trump as he let's hear from Trump, not the one where he rallies in Pennsylvania, but the other one, the other Trump audio clip.
We have a deal in place that China is supposed to buy $50 billion worth of our product, and they are not living up to it, and they were living up to it. And every farmer I spoke to a lot of them recently in Iowa, and they're having the same problem. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. They were doing great during the Trump administration. I think you would say that.
Trump also raised doubts about early voting in the swing state. He plans to spend a lot of time in Pennsylvania between now and the election. I actually spoke with a Pennsylvania representative recently who said that whoever wins Pennsylvania is likely to win the election. So some speculate the entire election could come down to the pivotal swing state. Again, Trump is raising doubts about early voting. Let's hear what he had to say on that.
We're going to go after anybody that gets caught cheating on the election. We're going to go after them harder than anyone's ever been sought before.
He suggested that fraud happened, saying what happened last time was disgraceful. He said that it would not happen again, and also that this election would be too big to rig. The comments come just a day after Trump said in a virtual rally that the country was in big trouble and that you could vote by mail or early in person. Trump will be back in Butler. That's the location where the first assassination attempt took place on his life.
Well, question, Morgan, if the election is too big to rig, how come Republicans are currently rigging it? Like, they're currently setting the stage to steal the election. You can look and see Texas has purged about 500,000 eligible voters. Oklahoma's purged about 193,000 eligible voters. Georgia's requiring 5 to 6 million votes be counted by hand. You got, a lot of Republican states that have closed more than 100,000 polling locations in Black and Latino neighborhoods. I saw, what was the other thing I read yesterday about Texas? Texas had they removed 1 million people from voter rolls. So it's like they're already setting the stage to steal the election. So how is it too big to rig if they're currently rigging it?
You're going to have to add, that's a question for former President Trump. I cannot answer that one, but you're definitely right. It's definitely setting the stage and the so-called precedent as to what we can expect in this upcoming election. I don't think that he's going to go down without a fight. I don't think that either party will concede, in the traditional sense anyways. Speaking of the other party, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's reportedly been courting corporate America, cultivating relationships with Wall Street and Silicon Valley. The Wall Street Journal reports that Harris has hosted dinners of 8 to 10 chief executives at the Vice President's Naval Observatory residence to discuss the range of topics. Attendees from Visa, Motorola, and CVS report that she listened to their thoughts on the Inflation Reduction Act, DEI efforts, China, and the labor market. It's a different approach than the one taken by Biden, whose business leaders say didn't make an effort to engage them beyond formal meetings. Now, Harris also recently backed a less drastic increase in the top capital gains tax rate, breaking with the Biden administration plans. And also switching gears back to North Carolina, the Republican candidate for governor, North Carolina, he's threatening to take legal action. Mark Robinson, he's threatening to take legal action against CNN for the story about alleged remarks he made online on a porn site forum board. Let's hear from Mark Jackson.
We have 5 weeks left in this race, folks, and make no mistake about it. We are not going to let CNN throw us off of our mission. We're in talks right now, everything up to legal counsel to take CNN to task for what they have done to us. We are going after them, okay? We are going to go after them for what they've done.
So the stories published by CNN last week alleged that Mark Robinson allegedly made sexually explicit and racially charged comments on a porn site. Now, Robinson told reporters at a campaign event on Monday that his campaign is in talks to take CNN to task for what they've done. He's looking at legal action in regards to that. The alleged comments were made over a decade ago and include calling himself a black Nazi, having choice words about Martin Luther King Jr. and other things. In reference to that, several aides from his campaign have since stepped down. I mean, people who are really close to him regarding those allegations, they have since stepped down. And if we got time for one more, I know everyone uses Twitter, aka X. Well, X is set to change how its block feature works. Owner Elon Musk says users blocked by a public account will now still be able to view posts from that account. However, they will not be able to engage with any of the posts from that account that blocked them. Musk said it is high time this happens. So if I have you blocked, I got a public profile, you can see my posts, but you can't engage.
I don't
Isn't
like
that crazy?
That's stupid.
Yeah, right?
If I'm blocking you, I'm blocking you for a
yeah.
reason. But now you can still see where I'm at. You can still see my posts. You can still
If I send subliminals, you know.
It's certain people that I wouldn't mind being able to be like that little bit of petty too.
Well, just don't block them.
Where
then.
you could still
Watch
Just
this
don't
blow
block them
up.
then. But
Yeah, you don't want your haters to still see you shining. And the worst part about it is they see you shining but can't comment. Oh, that'll drive them crazy.
They make a fake page.
Yeah.
I don't go on X no way though, so I could care less.
All right.
All right. Well, that's your front page news. Follow me on socials. I'm Morgan Wood, and you can follow me at Morgan Media. For more news coverage, make sure you're following the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.